family. Welcome to the live stream. It is Christine here with Gauge Girl Training. I'm just getting used to my new tripod here. So let me just get adjusted. And welcome. Happy Monday. It's also day one of the end of summer challenge. And I have a really important topic that I wanted to address today. Top chat. Live chat. Okay. And while you guys are getting notifications, I just wanted to welcome you guys. Pardon me, I'm pulling my hair up. It is hot. welcome. And yes, and before anybody asks, that is a birthmark. All right, friends. So, welcome to the live stream. Please comment where you're from. Right on time. Today we're talking about how to build self-discipline. And when people think of self-discipline, I think a lot of folks have the concept of sacrifice in their mind. I think a lot of folks have the concept down. Hi, Maritza. Hello from Houston. So guys, but here's the thing. I'm going to reframe self-discipline in a way that is going to completely change your mind on discipline for the rest of your life. And here's what I have to say. I'm going to just jump right into it. I'm not going to waste any time. Self-discipline is the highest form of self-love. Let me repeat that. Self-discipline is the highest form of self-love. Now, we have been really big in our culture lately talking about self-love, self-care. And a lot of times we think of self-care, we think of getting a massage, we think of taking a mental health day, we think of getting your nails done, taking a vacation. When we think of self-care, I think all of us have it down that, yes, take care of yourself, yes. But I'm going to tie a very important connection between self-love and self-discipline, because self-discipline is hands down the ultimate highest form of self-love, because you will ultimately be happier, less stressed, and in a better mental state, physical state, economic state. You will be in every single better place if you can execute the discipline to get there. And why is there such a big disconnect? Because so many people have a tendency to equate self-love with self-indulgence. Let me repeat that. So many people have a tendency to equate self-love with self-indulgence. And it's so easy to think that you're taking care of yourself by allowing yourself to have whatever comfort, whatever thing, whatever is calling your name, whether you're treating yourself to, I don't know, a new handbag, a new pair of shoes, getting your hair done. Maybe you're treating yourself to a vacation, right? All those things are normal self-indulgences, self-care, but what if you really needed to, you know what? Maybe you really needed to grind a little bit harder on a project that you're working on. Maybe you needed to tie up some loose ends. Maybe you needed to get a couple workouts in. Maybe you needed to food prep. Maybe you needed to grocery shop. And I'm here to tell you guys that we have to disconnect self-love with self-indulgence. We have to disconnect self-love with self-indulgence, because self-indulgence and self-love are not the same thing. And it's so common to see everyone, oh, you only live once. Oh, do you? Oh, have the drink, celebrate this, that, the other. But the reality is sometimes loving yourself at the highest possible form means saying no to things. It means getting more sleep. It means getting up early. It means getting the workout in. It means, you know what, guys, I'm cool. I'm drinking water. You know what? I'm cool. I don't need alcohol. It means, you know what? No, I don't even need to go out and party and celebrate and do these things. I have goals. I have things. Because listen, if you just made this connection, this is why I see the self-love movement as toxic positivity, because many turned it into self-indulgence. Not everyone, but I did fall into that mindset. And I appreciate that, Nia, because I think that this self-care movement can become toxic positivity. And I'm really glad that you made that point and that you made that connection, because what's ultimately going to serve you the best is taking care of yourself. What's ultimately going to serve you at your highest level is getting up earlier, drinking your water, eating healthy food, maintaining a healthy body weight, moving your muscles. And here's the thing, you guys. I want you guys to understand that this is a tough pill for a lot of folks to swallow, because you think you're loving yourself by giving yourself a pass. How many people here have done this? I am so guilty of this, you guys. You're giving yourself a pass because you're stressed. You need to calm down. You need to get it together. And you justify every decision that stands in the way from you actually getting down to it and putting in the work that's ultimately going to make you feel better. Because guess what? No amount of Netflix, no amount of laying around, no amount of sitting around doing nothing, no amount of wine, no amount of just comfort food, no amount of comfort is actually going to get the work done that's going to make you feel better. And what's going to make you feel better? Being at a healthy body weight. And I mean it, guys. Who here knows that they would feel an F ton better about yourself if you were at a lower body fat percentage? If your physique, hey, what's up, Jenny? If your physique was just at a place that made you feel good about yourself. Guys, I think it's a resounding yes that would make the majority of folks feel an F ton better. So why, my friends, why are you sabotaging yourself and standing in the way of you feeling better? Because you are the only one that is stopping you. You are the only one that's stopping you. And you have to ask yourself a really hard question. If you know that exercising regularly, eating healthy regularly, minimizing alcohol, minimizing toxic behaviors, minimizing toxic mindsets, if you know that eliminating those things is going to make you feel better, then why on earth are you not hyper focused on taking care of yourself? And I'm here to tell you why. It's because we live in a culture of comfort. We live in a culture of ease. We live in a culture of instant gratification. Everyone wants it now, 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 now. And if you don't have instantaneous results, everyone gets bored and everyone feels like, this is too hard. And your brain, which is just so wired in this ADD-like mode, that you lose focus and you're distracted, and then before you know it, you're on to the next thing, and then before you know it again, you're like, dang, I still feel like shit. So why don't I feel better? It's because you are fueling your distractions. And I'm here to tell you, my friends, you need to starve your distractions and you need to feed your focus. I want to repeat that. You need to starve your distractions and you have to feed your focus. And what does that look like? What does that practically look like? And I'm telling you, and thank you for that. Thank you for repeating that, Nia. Comfort is not always the best form of self-care. And that is a tough pill to swallow. So many times people think that sleeping in more, going on another vacation, you need a trip, you need a this, you need to relax. Do you need to relax? Or do you actually need to put in some work? And when I say work, I mean the type of work that is going to help you feel better. I'm not talking about the 9-to-5 grind. I'm talking about the type of work that's going to change you as a human being. I'm talking about the type of work that is actually going to show up. Because listen, my friends, I'm drinking my green tea. Let me just digress for a moment here. For those of you guys who are tea fans, I'm drinking Numi, N-U-M-I, gunpowder green. I hate jasmine green tea. For anybody who is a jasmine green tea fan, it's too sweet and florally. I like green tea that's a little bit more on that like toasted, roasted, kind of nutty undertone. And gunpowder green is like, it's like just right. So we get too comfortable, and I just loved what Nia reiterated here, because guys, listen, comfort is not what you need all the time. Comfort's not what you need. And sometimes, guys, I'm gonna say this, and please do not get offended by my language. And I'm saying this out of love. I'm saying this out of care. I'm saying this out of passion. So please don't get offended. But if I'm gonna offend somebody, oh well. Guys, sometimes you guys gotta stop being a little bitch. You guys know what I mean when I say that? Sometimes all we do is bitch and whine and moan and gripe and complain. And we're just so weak-willed sometimes. And if you're being a little bitch about everything that you need to do, guys, sometimes you gotta like wake up and put those big girl panties on and stop griping. And you gotta just like own your stuff. You guys know what I mean. And sometimes there's just no better way to say it. You guys, sometimes there's just no better way to say it than you gotta stop being a little bitch. Like, for real, for real though. And the comfort that you think you crave is not going to make you feel better. What's actually going to make you feel better is discipline. So this is why, you guys, self-discipline is the highest form of self-love. So the title of this is How to Build Self-Discipline. How do you build self-discipline? This may feel foreign to some of you guys. It may not be so foreign to some of you guys. I guarantee you everyone watching this can reflect on a season in your life, in your entire life, from being a child to however old you are right now. I guarantee every single one of you can reflect on a time that you were really focused, And the thing is, no, you don't need self-motivation. That's a fallacy. You don't need motivation. You need structure. You need a schedule. Motivation is the biggest BS because, guys, discipline has nothing to do with motivation. Discipline means this has to get done. This is when it needs to get done, and it's gonna get done, period. So the first step to build self-discipline is you need to have a schedule. You need to have a schedule. You need to schedule things. Success is schedule. It can't just be, I'm gonna work out when I get to it. I'm gonna work out if there's time. I'm going to see how the day shakes out and then we'll see what happens. No. Nope. You schedule when you're gonna go. You schedule when you're gonna work out. You say, nope, I'm gonna go to the gym after work. And you, for whatever time that is for you, you need to just schedule it. That's number one. Number one is you gotta schedule things. Number two, you gotta get up earlier. You have to get up earlier. I know that's gonna piss some people off. I have never met a disciplined individual that was not a morning person. Never. And guys, you gotta get up earlier. The morning is that, I'm glad, Carla. The morning is those precious hours where you control your mind. And there's something so sacred about the morning because it's before the day hits in. It's before your phone's blowing up. It's before the emails. It's before that 9 to 5 grind. Guys, when I was writing my book, for those of you guys know, I wrote this book, Unlock Your Macro Type. This book took me 7 years to write. When I was in the final draft of this book, I was doing like the grunt of the writing through 2020 and 2021. And I had to wake up every single day at 2 a.m. I had to wake up every single day at 2 a.m. because I knew that I could write uninterrupted between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. with nobody bothering me. And I needed that level of focus. I needed that concentrated time. I needed that time because between 2 and 5 or so, 2 and 5:30, 2 and 6, I would write. I would take little breaks to stretch, but then I would start my workouts around like 5, 6. I would just do some slow, steady cardio, and then 9 to 5 was off limits. It was just completely off limits because when my day is going, I can't write and get in that zone. And the thing is, I did that, you guys, for a year and a half. I woke up every day for a year and a half at 2 a.m. because this never would have seen the light of day if I didn't do that. Not only did I do all that, I hired an author coach, I had an agent, I invested in my success. And the thing is, so many of you guys think that you can just roll out of bed whenever you feel like it, get around to it if you feel like it, if it suits. And you guys are just filled with so many excuses, and getting up earlier is going to be a game changer. My next tip for self-discipline is you need to learn how to eliminate distractions. You need to learn how to eliminate distractions. For me, that meant taking my phone and turning it off or putting it in another room. It may mean that you might need to go through a phase where you maybe take a social media break. It may mean you need to watch less Netflix. It may mean that you need to stop surfing the internet. I don't know what your distractions are, but whatever they are, you have them. We all have them. You have to eliminate distractions. And that might mean if you're so used to working with TV on in the background, or if you're so used to having all this ambient noise. For me, you guys see me wearing my white Bose noise canceling headphones. They help me blur out the world. And a tip that I have for you guys when I'm trying to really just get rid of distractions is I wear my noise canceling headphones, and on YouTube I Google binaural beats, Binaurl. I might be spelling it wrong. Binaural beats. And binaural beats on your head when you need to be on the computer or when you just really need to focus and get rid of distractions, it's a game changer. Now, the next thing is food. You have to stop looking at food for comfort. Now, that's going to upset a lot of folks. Food is fuel. Food is fuel. And every time you are doing I call it the munching, the licks, the bite, the snacks, the this, the that, you gotta plan out your meals, you guys. And food has to stop being your default for every emotional response that you have. And I know that this is hard because I am an emotional eater. I am a very emotional, sensitive, passionate, high-strung individual. I know who I am as a person, and that is me. I'm the type of person that I love to celebrate with food. If I'm sad, I want to eat. If I'm happy, I want to eat. Like, I get it. Do I have anyone who considers himself an emotional eater or just an emotional person? I'm extremely emotional and I'm an extremely sensitive person. And I've learned to manage that by not turning to food for everything. And one of the most basic things, you guys, so basic, water. Before you start munching on anything, before you start munching on all the things, drink water. Like, make drinking water a daily, regular goal, because you have to learn how to disconnect every time you have emotional discomfort and you feel that with the need to eat food. You have to remember that sometimes you need to sit with an emotion. And I tell you what, guys, it can be so uncomfortable to just deal with an emotion with nothing to buffer it. I'm talking nothing to buffer it, just taking it straight on. I'm talking No alcohol to buffer it. No food to buffer it. You're just ready to give up on life. I'm really sorry to hear that, girl. Oh, hang in there. And guys, here's what I'm telling you. Sometimes you have to just sit with an uncomfortable emotion and deal with it and process it. Agreed, no nicotine, whatever your vice, whatever it is you use. Guys, I am not coming at you as a perfect human being. I am not perfect. I have all kinds of vices that are embarrassing. But what I'm here to tell you guys is that sometimes you have to sit with an uncomfortable emotion. Sometimes you need to face it. And guess what? You get over it. You eventually get over it. And the more you temper yourself and almost, yes, Maggie, yes, sometimes you have to be more sober to the things that are going on around you. And you have to stop trying to buffer it with something else. And I tell you what, it's hard, but it's healthy. It is one of the most healthy, refreshing things you will do as an adult. And I guarantee you, those of you who do that, at first, it might feel like you're taking 2 steps backwards to take a step forward. If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you've ever had to, for instance, I'll use a friend of mine as an example. A friend of mine, a couple years ago, joined AA, and she had alcohol addiction. And I remember telling my friend, I was like, really? Like, I really didn't think she had an alcohol problem. Like, she drank and she partied, but I didn't think that it was something that wasn't manageable. And I ask her all the time, I'm like, you really need AA for all that? And no shade to anyone who's in AA. And I think that's great. And I'm very proud of my friend, very happy for her. But I remember asking her, I'm like, I didn't realize you needed all that, right? And it was interesting, as this friend of mine became sober, she found that she started gaining weight, because instead of masking all of her problems with alcohol, she started masking all of her problems with food. But then, as she started to process all these toxic emotions and started to process all these things, eventually she was able to lose the weight because she shifted one thing for another thing. And what I'm here to tell you guys is the reason why a lot of you guys aren't disciplined is because you refuse to deal with some problems that you have. Everybody's got them. Everybody has problems. Everybody has challenges, and everybody here has something that you're not dealing with. And can I get an amen or a thumbs up or just a nod of acknowledgement if you know that there are things you don't deal with? And what I'm here to tell you guys is this shit you don't deal with, that's the root of your behavior that's not disciplined, right? Maybe it's pain that you're masking. Maybe it's sadness that you're masking. Maybe it's disappointment that you're masking. Maybe it's fear that you're masking. You could work with a counselor, you can work with a coach. It's very deep, and I think that you have to acknowledge, my friends, that sometimes that there's some deeply rooted things that need to come to the surface. So here's the thing. If you truly want to start building self-discipline, I said you got to be scheduled. You got to get up earlier. I have to play this back to go through all the things that I've listed. But you have to do this one thing. And I say this to my one-on-one coaching clients. If you're a coaching client here, you know what I'm going to say. What I'm here to tell you guys is that you have to get this wiring down in your brain. You have to tell yourself that the tasks that need to get done, they're not optional. Workouts, not optional. It's not optional. Staying on track, It's happening. Like, too many of you guys leave open a window in your brain that says, let's just see what happens, or let's just see how the day goes. You don't really hold yourself to your shit. Hey Maggie, I need you to be my coach like ASAP, girl. Go to gagegirltraining.com, sign up for coaching. I got you. And listen, I'm telling you guys, you have to tell yourself that it's happening, period. You have to stop leaving the windows open in your brain that says, let's see how I feel, let's see what happens. You have to say, no, it's happening, period. And I tell clients all the time, if they're going on a vacation, or if they're going on a trip, or they got a business thing, or they got a dinner, or they got a meeting, and I tell them, I said, you have to go into it with your mind made up. And too many of you guys don't have your mind made up. You have like this half-hearted commitment. You have to wake up committed to your goals. And you guys don't wake up committed. You guys wake up saying, let's see how today goes. Instead, if you woke up and said, you know what? If you woke up every day and said, these are my goals, this is what needs to get done, and it's getting done, period. How different would your life be if you went through your days with that type of vibe? Night and day difference, guys. Come on. I don't want to hear any BS. You know your days would be so different if you went through your days like with a game plan. Like you were ready to go. Like you roll out of bed, boom, like the day starts. And I'm not saying you need to be hype. I'm not saying you need to be energetic. I'm not saying you need to be like in an intense headspace, but I am saying you do need to wake up on a mission. You have to wake up on a mission. And too many of you guys, you don't have a mission. You don't know what the mission is. You don't know what the mission is. You don't know what you're supposed to be eating. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing. And you have no structure. You have no plan. Failure to plan is planning to fail. So if you want to build self-discipline, you got to wake up with a mission. You have to wake up with a mission. When your feet hit the ground, it's like, let's go, let's go. And you have to stop thinking that just because you're busy, that you're being productive. Guys, I know people who just get themselves caught up in the frenzy of tasks. Having tasks does not mean you're being productive. It does not mean you're being focused, and it does not mean you're moving closer to your goals. If you want to be disciplined, you have to have a mission. You have to have goals. You need to know what needs to get done. And until you decide to orchestrate and place the structure around your life to a level of detail that you can break it down into what's my mission today? You're wasting your own time. I'm serious, my friends. You're wasting time. You're wasting years of your life. And don't be shocked, surprised, or astounded when you don't make progress because you don't wake up with a mission. I mean it. And it's sad. And I gotta tell you guys, it's up to you. The choice is yours. And I can't tell you how many times I woke up without a mission. I know who I am, and I know what my strengths are, and I know why I'm on this planet. I know what my gifts are and talents, and I know what I'm supposed to be doing. But when I'm not aligned with a mission, when I'm not aligned in that way, I'm only selling myself short. And you guys, if you're hearing what I'm saying, if you're truly hearing me, and you might think, dang, that's some type A BS over there. Guys, this is not type A BS. This is living to the highest form of self-love. This is living the way you were meant to live. This is stepping into your destiny. This is becoming the version of you that only you can be. This is sharing your gifts and talents with the world that only you have. And I tell you what, I bet you there's one person watching this right now who is an extremely talented individual. You know who you are. You are very talented. You know that you're wasting your talent. You know that you haven't gotten it together. You know that you have ideas and dreams and goals and visions and things that you want to do with your life, things that you want to do with your career, things you want to do with your business, things you want to do with your health, with your goals, with your family. But yet you know you are dragging ass in life right now. And I'm here to tell you that you can take on a more disciplined lifestyle and be happier than you've ever been in your entire life. And who knows who's watching this right now? You know that you would be happier and more peaceful and more fulfilled if you could just get it together in this department. I mean it, my friends. Like, life is too damn short to be selling yourself short. It's too short to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off. It's too short to be tired and fatigued and just filled with regret and disappointment. Like, who here can honestly say, like, you know, when you look at yourself, you're disappointed? Why are you disappointed? Because you know you can do better. If you know you can do better, girl, you're gonna make me cry. If you know you can do better, do better by yourself. Do better by you. Do better by you guys. You guys are worth so much more. You're worth so much more than just sleeping in and giving in to every single whim and every single thing that you think is going to comfort you in the moment. You're worth so much more than that. You're worth so much more than that. And this is why I said, you guys, self-discipline is the highest form of self-love. So guys, save this video. I'm gonna leave this up here. I've been just very empowered to leave you guys with these messages around mindset, because without your head in the right space, you got nothing. You got nothing. So be encouraged, my friends. Play this back when you're on cardio or when you're going for a walk, or you know, you're just having some quiet time. Maybe you're washing your dishes, maybe you're doing your meal prep, I don't know. But guys, if anybody wants me to coach you, I would love to. You can go to Gage Girl Training. You can sign up for me to be your coach. But guys, please take these words seriously, because only you can make those changes. Now, if you're watching this and you want structure, go to gagegirltraining.com, take the quiz. Take the quiz to help you figure out which meal plan is going to be the most targeted one for you. Right now, you can get $50 off of that meal plan once you take the quiz. So take the quiz, it's gonna point you in the right direction. Order your meal plan and start planning your day. Have a mission, my friends. It's so important. So have a wonderful evening, my friends. Thank you for joining me. And again, go to the quiz on gagegirltraining.com, take it, order your plan, and choose to get started. Peace out. Love you all.